Do all religions teach the same thing and follow the same God when you think about it? Okay, so I've heard this a lot, and I thought I'd weigh in on it. The answer is basically no, and I will say why. Because and I'll give you the reasons for that, because so many people think this is true, but it's simply not. So, in comparative religion, the world's religions are so diverse that not only is it not being argued that all religions really worship the same God or believe the same thing, but there is, in comparative religion, no settled definition on what religion even is. Which tells you something. Religion is so diverse that not only do they not all worship the same God deep down, we don't even know what the same goals are. So let me give some examples. So for starters, let's compare, say, Christianity and Jainism. Both believe in being nice, right? Okay, sure. Do they serve the same God? No. For starters, in Jainism, the idea that God or gods can give you grace and save you is completely rejected and abandoned. In fact, Jainism does not even see the concept of God and the divine as even relevant. They do not believe, in fact, even the Tirthankaras, who they venerate in their worship, are not seen as being able to help them. They are not seen as being conscious or aware of the worship they are receiving. It is seen as something that's psychological, that helps the worshiper. While as in Christianity, God is a big deal. God is a big deal. Created heaven and earth, the universe. And in Christianity, the idea of God is basically He's the one who saves you. He is the goal. Whilst in Jainism, the concept of God is not even relevant. So that's just one example. So Jainism, concept of God is not even relevant. And He's not considered, never mind being the end goal. In fact, attachment to a deity is seen as a bad thing, while in Christianity, He's the one who saves you. He's the one who redeems you, and you cannot do it on your own. Polar opposite worldviews in a way, but both believe in being kind, nice, and compassionate. In fact, Jainism just might be a little bit stricter. So all religions are about morality, right? Guess what? You're wrong again. So, for example, in Shinto, it does not provide a moral code. In fact, this is the same is true for very much of many ancient Greek and Greco-Roman pagan religions. Some of which do have a bit of a revival among the neo-pagan movement. In fact, the basic morality, as we would understand it, as in with set commandments, etc., that comes more from Greco-pagan philosophy, which would criticize the gods. Not that there can't be a notion of the divine, not that they don't discuss the gods and behavior, or that they had a concept of morality, but the religion of the Greco-Roman pagan pantheon was not about right and wrong necessarily, and that's well established that's well established in comparative religion. So, for example, Zeus was an adulterer. He had many wives. He had many concubines, slept with many women, fathered many illegitimate children. The gods in the Greco-Roman pantheon fought among themselves and had contradictory goals and values. So, for example, in the Iliad, Athena fights with other deities. Hera and Aphrodite go at it and fight each other. Apollo is kind of like a rival of Poseidon, but they all have different purposes. The idea of right now, there is like an order of Zeus, but it's not about right and wrong, and it's not about salvation at all. While Christianity and Jainism both have a concept of being saved as such, like with an end goal, but The Greco-Roman pagan religion was very much concerned with the here and now, as is Shinto, which is why in Japan you can follow two religions, Buddhism and Shinto, because Buddhism deals with life after death, while Shinto is very much concerned with this life and this world. Confucianism is another example. It's about ancestor worship and just about honoring your ancestors in a proper order. And humanist Confucianism doesn't even believe in life after death, but still honor dead because ancestors must honor them. And that's the end all anyway. And even within Christianity, there are different... so just between Protestantism and Catholicism, how are we saved? Do we have salvation through faith alone, or do works play a role? Kind of a big deal if you are concerned about your salvation. So even within Christianity, how we are even within Christianity, not even mind other religions, but how we are saved, completely disagree. This is not considering the various different world religions that debate on whether or not there is one God and many gods, we're all part of a cosmic God, or whether the concept of God is even relevant. While even within Christianity you have vastly different moral codes on mottos of like homosexuality, abortion, homosexuality, abortion. You have various different moral codes among the world religions about whether or not killing animals is right or wrong, whether or not warfare is justified or not. And even religions that do not think of whether or not a relationship with the divine is with what is God is necessary. Tengriism, for example, just says yes, there is God, you should worship him, but doesn't matter, just be a good person. And any religion, that's all that matters. You don't need a relationship with God. While others think that, like Christianity, that's essential. You get a list of differences, and they are all mutually contradictory. I know someone who says all that is God. Christianity, yeah, see this thing here? See the panorama? That's not God. We see God as seeing something completely outside. Now, these things matter. These differences do matter. These religions do not only have different beliefs, they often have different goals. Shinto and Greco-Roman paganism was not interested in life after death. Christianity and Jainism, interested in life after death, but what that goal, beyond that there is an afterlife, we should care about it, is vastly different. Heaven is considered, same thing with Buddhism. So in Buddhism, you have annihilation of all desires, while in Christianity it's presence with the God who created you, while Buddhism, the idea of who made the universe is not even considered a relevant question. So like even with atheists, so if you're an atheist and watching this and thinking that, well, and you try to argue, there isn't a God, well, you're not arguing against all religion. Jainism and Buddhism do not really care about that argument. It's not a relevant question in their religious worldview. Now, I'm not going to try to argue why I think in this video. That would go on for ages. That's like a whole series right there. Why I think Christianity is the one true religion. I probably should at some point, not right now. I have to plan out a whole series and narrow it down one by one. Probably make a whole year worth of videos. But I will say this. We're not all the same. All religions, all worldviews, we're not all the same. We don't agree. We don't even all have the same goal. We don't even all agree on what we're even talking about. That's why comparative religion, like I said before, cannot even define what religion even is. I had a professor who's even arguing that farming is a world religion because if you just say something that's meaningful, worldview that binds people together and that transcends things, hey, that can be farming. Technically speaking. Is witchcraft religion? Arguably, yeah, it's a spiritualizing thing, and there are religions that involve worship that think, yeah, we don't think there's a God here, so we're going to do the worship anyway, because we don't care about belief. Yeah, like Judaism by and large does not care what you believe so long as you do what you're supposed to do and follow all the rules. While as hardline Protestant Christianity says that following the rules doesn't matter so long as you believe, for the most part. We're not all the same, and that's the idea. I want to drive home. So, but for the one idea that, a question of, do all religions really follow the same God when you think about it? No, that's factually disprovable. That is a verifiably false statement. All religions don't believe the same thing. All religions do not worship the same God. All religions do not even have the same goal or concept of what they're all about. And they're vastly different, and they do contradict, and they do often mutually contradict each other in ways that there's no way they can all be the same. There's no way they can all be true. Maybe they can all be false. If someone wants to argue that, fine. But I would disagree with that, obviously. But if people say they're all true, sorry, no. Sorry, no. They're not all the same. God bless.